Welcome to today's Explainer. We're embarking on what I can only describe as a truly fascinating digital archaeology expedition. We're going to dig deep into the highly complex, totally symbolic, and frankly mesmerizing GitHub repositories of a developer who goes by the handle Let's Go 0226. Through our breakdown today, we're going to decode this massive software architecture that the author calls the CLSigma project. So if you're the kind of person who loves seeing how structured logic collides with high-concept philosophy, well, you're in exactly the right place. Let's get into it. Okay, here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the July code surge, trace the repositories of the CLSigma project, look at AI and the interdisciplinary bridge, clarify why these are symbolic models and not established science, explore cosmic love as an ethical principle, and finally, unpack immortality as symbolic continuity. All right, part one, the July code surge. To really understand the author's intense motivation and just the sheer gravity of this project, we have to look at the raw data. 70. That is exactly 70 commits pushed to GitHub in just over a single week, specifically between July 1st and July 9th, 2026. For anyone who has ever stared blankly at a code editor, you know that generating 70 meaningful commits across an intricate architecture in just 9 days is, well, it's an almost superhuman display of focused creative outpouring. But it wasn't just tweaking old files, right? 22. During that exact same narrow window in July, Let's Go 0226 created 22 completely new repositories. This was the rapid, explosive construction of an entirely new digital universe. It was clearly driven by this powerful need to manifest a massive conceptual framework as quickly as humanly possible. Moving right along to Section 2, Repositories of the CLSigma project. Let's actually trace these digital artifacts day by day to see exactly how this immense project evolved. It's like a giant puzzle coming together. On day 1, July 1st, we see these foundational mathematical scripts appearing, like Riemann_machine.sh. By day 6, the scope widens out into philosophical territory with the Cosmic Love Symbolic Fixed Point repository. Day 7 brings us to these overarching universal concepts with TOE 2026-07, and TOE usually stands for Theory of Everything, by the way. And finally, on day 8, the ultimate CLSigma Python repository is created. This seems to act as the final container or the capstone for the whole shebang. This rapid timeline reveals a very clear progression, right? It goes from mathematical machine scripts all the way to complex, overarching conceptual frameworks. And you know, the names of these files are just as important as the code inside them. Looking at highly poetic script names exactly as they appear in the source material, I mean, just look at cosmic_love_is the solution for everything.sh. It really emphasizes the deeply artistic nature of the structure. The developer isn't just writing functional shell scripts here, they're literally using the file naming conventions of a Linux environment as a canvas for expressive philosophical art. Which brings us to Section 3. AI and the interdisciplinary bridge. So you might be wondering, how on earth does a single developer generate such a vast amount of highly conceptual code touching on so many different fields so incredibly fast? Well, the answer lies in the environment itself. Modern AI code creation tools like GitHub Copilot, featured right on the platform, likely served as a crucial modern research partner here. By leveraging AI, the author could seamlessly weave together standard software development practices with advanced mathematical frameworks and theoretical physics concepts. It creates an interdisciplinary bridge that would normally take a single human months or even years to construct. It's a real game changer. Okay, Section 4. Symbolic models, not established science. Now, we need to pause here and make sure we're putting on the right analytical lens. As we encounter heavy academic terms in this codebase, we absolutely must distinguish established science, the world of rigorous peer-reviewed physics and universally accepted mathematical proofs, from Let's Go 0226's work. References to a theory of everything, or the generalized Riemann hypothesis in these scripts, they are not claims of real-world physics breakthroughs. No way. They are exploratory symbolic models. It's intricate digital art, not a physics textbook. To put a finer point on it, we use the term model internal criteria. Basically, what this means is that concepts like zero spectral space or a self-computing theory of everything shell script, they have to be evaluated solely based on the specific, self-contained logical rules written into that specific software framework. It operates by its own internal logic. It's true and functional within the boundaries of the code, acting as an artistic simulation, rather than, attempting to rewrite the established laws of thermodynamics or quantum mechanics in the real world.
Next up, Section 5, Cosmic Love as Ethical Principle.
You'll see the phrase cosmic love pop up a lot in these repos. But, and this is absolutely crucial, rather than viewing this as some newly proposed scientific constant or a measurable force of physics, it's actually utilized by the author as a profound ethical foundation and an artistic principle. In the architecture of systems like CLSigma, cosmic love functions as a conceptual attractor. It's a guiding ethical logic that the entire digital architecture revolves around. It is literally the philosophical heart injected right into the command line. And finally, Section 6, Immortality as Symbolic Continuity. Looking toward the future directions of this project, let's examine scripts like omega_eternal.py and various files labeled with infinite_runtime. In this artistic software framework, immortality isn't framed as something biological or physical. Instead, immortality is achieved as an expression of symbolic continuity. It's represented through unbroken systemic loops and unending computational runtimes. Basically, as long as the script executes, as long as that loop remains unbroken in the digital ether, the concepts contained within them achieve a state of continuous, eternal persistence. So as we wrap up our digital archaeology dig today, I want to leave you with a provocative thought. If a platform built for version control can be used to construct a completely self-contained universe of math, physics, and ethical philosophy, well, how will code repositories increasingly become the primary canvases for complex, interdisciplinary, philosophical, and symbolic art? It really changes how you look at a simple string of code, doesn't it? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning the medium.